WKNJ 90.3 FM, Kane University, Union, New Jersey 07083, livestream.com/EAR to the streets. We're here in the building still with Jus Daze, Cold holding it down, having good conversation. I love that Just Me joint.
Thank you, bro.
It's very deep and meaningful.
It's my life, you know what I'm saying? If you want to follow my current life, it's at Jus Daze on Twitter. Shout out to Glendale925 in the room. I hope it's a girl, because if not, like, it really would make me really uncomfortable.
You know, and I have to say, rest in peace to Bob Marley, and my family being Caribbean descended. I believe, and I have respect for all mankind and all human beings. But hey, what people do in their personal life is their business, and I guess maybe being from a Caribbean background, I don't believe in that.
Right.
What you do in your personal life is up to you. Just don't. Hey.
It's like the Seinfeld episode. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not your belief.
Again, yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Big
because,
Seinfeld fan.
You know? Hey. Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
All right, well, now, here we go. But there were a number of great cuts from Common Law. Do you have a particular favorite track on there? And why? Well, why would you say that's your favorite song? Do you have a particular one that you like?
Do I have a favorite cut? I would say my favorite cut personally is either Mr. Wonderful or maybe even Natural Disasters. They Don't Like Us. Damn, this is hard. You're asking me, the guy who put it out. So it's like I like all the joints on there specifically for different reasons, because I was the one that picked out and arranged the album. Like that was all my doing, you know. But it's hard for me to say.
But I've noticed that a lot of the track titles, like you have the group you're forming with Renegade called with he's Bam Bam Ginger Flow,
and I'm Legs Luger, obviously, because they call me the bow-legged bandit. For people that are just tuning in that have never seen me, I am a bow-legged man, a very good-looking one, ladies, and that just made all the dudes just switch channels. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm a bow-legged dude. If you go to my website, you'll see my Jordan logo. It's like Air Jordan, but it's a bow-legged guy, and they call me the bow-legged bandit. He's Bam Bam Ginger Flow because obviously he's a ginger, and I'm Legs Luger. We call ourselves Natural Disasters, like the wrestlers.
And this is what I'm saying. You were a big wrestling fan growing up?
Growing up, yes.
Okay, that's why, because I noticed that's why Mr. Wonderful and like things like
Wow, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's not even, that's Kurt Hennig, isn't that Kurt Hennig?
I was watching that back in the day.
The subliminals right there, I didn't even peep that. Speaking of wrestling, shout out to my dude MVP. World champion, fighting, they call him Godzilla over in Japan. He's fought The Undertaker, he's fought everybody that you could possibly imagine. Big, huge supporter of everything I do. And likewise, he's the big homie. And if you're listening, shout outs to MVP for sure.
Okay. Oh, somebody to non-commercial guy, yes, Jus Daze does still do grind time, because somebody just asked that in the chat room.
I do still do grind time. The last event, a lot of people came up to me and they were asking if I was going to battle at that event. And no, I didn't battle at that event. I'm looking forward to battling at the future event. I'm not sure when it is. In the meantime, I might try to do a proving ground battle. I'm not a commercial guy. I'm not sure if you know who Chilla Jones is. That was a battle that was discussed. Doing that at iBattle League. Shout outs to Logic and Penalty Box. That was one of the names brought up. Blackheart Adonis was another name brought up. They basically want to take me to the next level because I have a pretty good record. So, but yeah, I definitely still battle for grind time. Shout outs to Poison Pen.
Poison Pen, the big homie. Him and Direct came here too. You're sitting there.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, shout outs to Direct, man. He actually just recently left grind time, which is a shame. And it was actually really sad. It's like it's one of those things that like doesn't affect you until it happens. Because you're like, oh, big deal. Like, you know, you never think twice. It's Direct's channel that all the grind time battles are located on. So when he put out a blog and he put out a letter saying that he left, it was just like, it was a really sad day in battle rap, I think.
Yep,
I think we were all really sad. But shout out to Poison Pen, who holds down grind time East Coast. He's doing a phenomenal job. He's also another mentor to me. He's like the big homie, you know. So
Well, also, another one I want to say is you make it very apparent on this album that you have an enormous amount of love and respect for hip-hop. Talk a bit about why it's vital for MCs to rap for the love of the music rather than the money, the fame, and the outside forces. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, they just rapping for because it's cool or because I can pull some women in, you see? But in the end of the day, when everything is gone...
Right, and that's what you said. Like, when everything is gone, after the smoke is gone, you're still standing there with a broken stage.
Yeah.
You know, after every show, like Rocksteady or something is performed, it's lights, cameras, action. But once that's gone, it's just you and the music. So when you make music, you have to make music that has like a foundation. If you lay down like a brick house, you want the house to still stand on something other than the pretty decorations and the pretty glamour around the house. You know, so I think it's really important to rap for the love of what you do. For the love, Jeremiah Santiago produced a good amount of the album, mixed the whole album, did an incredible job doing so, and that's another reason why I partnered with him at the time. If you look at the back of the album, it says FTL. That stands for the love, because we have similar beliefs. And that's another reason that I gave this album out for free after putting time, money, relationship, everything into this album, you know? Because it's really important that you guys know how much I love what I do. And, like, I love making music. So, you know, I got another project that's coming out for free. And then another project, which is probably going to be the first project I make people pay for because of the level it's going to. So,
but do you have, I mean, you mentioned the producer who produced most of the album. Who else was some of the producers on this album? And also, are there any other producers that you'd love to work with in the future?
Larry Legend, who's done artwork for me.
Yeah, you've been here too. Yeah, he came in with B. Hayes. They came here with B. Hayes.
That's all East Coast Renaissance. We're all East Coast Renaissance. Yep. Larry Legend, I feel like it's family in here, like everybody. Larry Legend did No Chorus and Crazy Train, two favorites off the album for sure. We have like we have at least an album's worth of unrecorded stuff that's going to be given out over the next year. Shout outs to Larry. DJ Porter Rock produced They Don't Like Us. That's Cannabis's tour DJ for those that don't know. DJ Porter Rock and DJ Brown and myself are working on something
Brown 13
from Turntablism. We're working on something very, very, very special. I can't wait for people to hear it. I'm so excited about it. Like I would break something right now if you play one of the songs off of it. P Stacks from Harlem. Trying to think who else produced anything on the album. Gio from the Ukraine, the song Cold War with Jus Daze. That's a producer from the Ukraine who found out about me and was like, yo, I would love for you to rhyme over this. And if I'm forgetting anybody right now, pardon me. You know, I used to smoke weed a long time ago. I'm a burnout shell.
What sort of things do you find yourself doing these days outside the music world? Is there anything that you're really into outside the music?
Well,
you know the Giants won the Super Bowl and it's a short dog. That's why the Eagles I had to watch from home. Ha ha. Anyway.
Shots. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a regular 9-to-5 guy. Hopefully one day I can make the music my occupation, but it's hard in the underground. It's hard, you know. So until something picks up that I can make music my full occupation, I will. So I'm a 9-to-5 guy. My job, I'm really family oriented, and I'm also pretty heavy into the gym lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I get busy in the gym. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. Music and bodybuilding are the two things that they call me. Royd Rogers. That's another thing. They call me Royd Rogers. If you've seen my battles, that makes sense. And in the gym, if you see me benching 405, repping out with it, it's crazy.
Well, also, can you fill us in on your plans for any projects that you've got going on in the future?
Well, as I dropped the bomb before, me, DJ Porter Rock, and DJ Brown 13, we have a project that we're working on right now, which is, like I said, I'm really excited about it. It sounds crazy so far. That should be out before the middle of this year. Larry Legend and myself have a few things we're doing. I'm not sure if we're going to make an EP or an LP, but we're doing stuff. Dutch Vega is executive producing a project called...
Well, Dutch was up here like back in the day, before I started and I did this. He was, when I used to do interview stuff, he came up here. It was him, a dude named Hot Rizzo, and another gentleman, a dark-skinned brother from the Bronx that was down with
Broadway.
Broadway, yes.
There you go.
They came up there back in the day as well. That fact when after Sean Bell got shot, and Dutch was and Dutch was very like mad at. I mean, which you should be, but the way he turned the hip hop show interview into like it was more like politics 101.
Well, Dutch is very.
But don't get which was a good thing, not bad. I'm just saying how it went, but you know.
When Dutch is feeling something emotional about something, he's very adamant and has to let everybody know and kind of vocalize his opinions. He's actually one of the people behind Grind Time East Coast that helps keep that machine well oiled as well. But he's also executive producing a project for me called Jus Daze. My name is Jus Daze, but it's called Jus Daze, and Hot Rizzo, the guy that you mentioned, produced the beat on it. And the concept of that album is just days, like, of my life. So, for instance, there's Independence Day, which is like a record about being an independent artist, and there's Father's Day, there's Mother's Day, I can't really get too much into it, but you kind of get the drift of it. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
7 days in the week.
There's 7 days. It's just days, but it's just days, my days. So, but the name of the project is just DAYS, and it's kind of a crazy thing. And with Dutch's creativity and mind behind it, and me rapping behind it, I think it's going to be really, really good, and a lot of people look forward to it. So I'm excited about it.
Well, I want to get into another joint from you, and then after you're going to bless the mic with a freestyle for us.
Absolutely.
All right, WKNJ 90.3 FM, Kane University, Union, New Jersey 07083. Livestream.com/EAR2 The Streets every Monday night from 9 to midnight. And what's the name of this joint? Third joint on the album, this third track. Let's just play it.
Let's just go into it. Life's no easy game.